In case you didn't know, I'm the best man to this good-looking man right here. I have to say I was quite nervous and worried the last couple of days and even up to now about giving this best man speech because it's the first time that I've given one. But you know, I was thinking about it more and you know, there's no need for me to be worried actually because it's all your first time too. It's your first time to see a 6'1" Chinese guy with an Irish accent up here. Give the best man speech. So, no problem for you at all. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. You know, especially those that have travelled a long distance. We're all very happy that you're here. I'd also like to thank Father Ray for delivering a beautiful and nostalgic ceremony earlier on. I'd like to thank Shamrock Lodge, Alan, and the rest of the staff for doing a great job today, and the dinner was absolutely delicious. I'd like to thank our very cute page girl there that's sitting up in the front row, and also our very handsome page boy Stephen. Also like to thank these three fine gentlemen to my right here, Benny, George, and James, the groomsmen. Yeah, the A-team. They've been great help and great support in the last couple of days and leading up to it. And also to the bridesmaids, Jenny, Sandra, Elena and Jeanette. Don't they look beautiful? Absolutely stunning. They're all individually brilliant but also work great as a team as well, and without their help, you know, a lot of things would have worked out today, so I think they deserve a toast. To the bridesmaids. Alright, getting back to how myself and this big man met. About 10 years ago, introduced by a mutual friend, and we're in a nightclub, and all of a sudden California Lovin' comes on, and out popped this guy, out popped this guy here, and we were there giving us stop from all the gang signs and all the stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, looking at this guy, Jesus, this guy, it's pretty fine for a white guy, this guy right here. And he must be looking at me and says, Jesus, never seen a Chinese guy rap so good like that. And he's pretty tall too. But some of you may know here some of the auntie relations that, you know, when Brian was young, he never really had a good dress sense. He used to rock up to the bars on Saturday nights and with this crazy, outlandish, worn shirt that you would associate with Joe Dolan. And the lads would go in and look at him and go, Jesus, gosh, where did you get that shirt out of? And he would proudly say, he goes, you know what? This is my father's shirt that he wore in 1951. And he told me, he told me that this was his lucky pulling shirt. So I'm going to get lucky tonight. But obviously, that didn't happen from back then. It didn't really happen from back then. But yeah, he struggled quite a lot in his teams, and he's going, you know, very, very confused state, and probably as you can see from this photo right here, if we can bring it up. Uh-oh, technician, come on, no pressure. All eyes on you. Can we get up some photos? Anytime today? Come on now, no pressure. Alright, okay, we'll move on from that. Yes, Pam is running better. Yes, Brian had a lot of nicknames going down the years, and
I'll have some coffee too.
one that stuck was very appropriate was the one he got that a waitress gave him in a restaurant in the States. And so in there we all ordered our starters and our mains, and everyone's having a salad for starters, and Brian didn't want any nuts with his, so they're all waitress served it, passing around, and you know, unfortunately Brian got the one with the nuts, so politely raised up his hand and he said, "Oh, excuse me, waitress, I think you gave me the wrong one here." And the waitress is so apologetic and goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir, I'm really sorry. I didn't know, I'm sorry, I realised you're the one with no nuts." So no nuts, Brian, no nuts, Garrity. So, you know? How do you feel like that today ever get married? Shan, have you got his nuts? Yeah? Alright. As you probably know, Brian is doesn't have much, you know, he's a good lad and all, and, you know, gets up to mystery, but, you know, his record is clean, in Ireland anyways, you know, and, but he doesn't have much regard for the authority, guards, or police, so one time over in Nashua, when he's out drinking with the lads walking home, back in the day, he's major call, so he just relieved himself there and then, unzipped and just relieved himself right in the middle of a busy bridge right into the river. But little did he know there was actually state troopers out there now. And as he turned around, there was 6 state trooper cars behind him. Sirens going on, flashlights going off in the background. And the state trooper stepped up to him and goes, "Sir, what do you think you're doing?" And he goes, "Fine." Looks up and stumbling says, "Nothing." He goes, "Sir, your zip is up. Your zip is low." Yeah, that's how I always wear it. He goes, "Excuse me, sir, don't insult my intelligence. You're drunk." Brian, hands on the hips, says, "No, you're wrong. I am not a drunk. I may be drunk tonight, but I am not a drunk." Luckily for him, the lad stepped in and persuaded the state trooper to let him off with a warning, but you know, he might have a clean record here in Ireland, but he's a marked man in Nashua, so Nashua is definitely one that, you know, won't be one for the honeymoon destinations anyways, put it that way. What have we got? Yes. Yeah, Brian has been a great friend to me for the last 10 years, and, you know, he's been loyal, he's been supportive. Some of his good qualities include, you know, he's sincere, down to earth, he's got a great physique, he's got big guns. Oh no, sorry. Actually, can't read your writing in some of these here. What's that word there? Oh yes, it's bigger guns since now, yeah. But no. In all honesty, he's one of the best friends that I've had for a long time. And I'm very happy that I'm actually, you know, privileged and honoured that he asked me to be best man today, and you know, I'm very happy to see him so happy and marrying, you know, the girl of his dreams, and she's so looking so beautiful tonight, like that song, and I couldn't be more happy for you. And a wise lady told me a couple of days ago that, you know, friendship is meant to be easy. And my friendship with Brian is definitely easy. I don't have really much words of, you know, wisdom or advice for the future, but I'd like to share with you and everyone here a story that's close to my heart and bears a lot of meaning. It's about a professor and rocks. So the professor stood in front of his lecture hall one day before class started, and in front of him he had a large empty mayonnaise jar and some small rocks. So before class started, he proceeded to fill the rocks with the jar. He lifted the jar up and he asked the class, "Is the jar full?" So the class went on and says, "Yes, it's full." He then proceeded to fill the jar with pebbles. And obviously the pebbles fell into place, filled up the remaining space. He held up the jar again and he said, "Is it full now?" The class said, "Yes, still full." He then proceeded to fill the jar up with sand. Poured it in, obviously filled up the last remaining spaces, and he held up the jar and he said, "Now, this is your life. The rocks are the most important things to you, like your wife, like your family, like your children, like your health. The things that if you lost everything else and they only remained, your life would still be full. Well, the pebbles are the other things that matter, like your work, your job, your car, your mortgage. And the sand, well, the sand is just the small stuff. If you put the sand in the jar first, you'll never fit the rocks in. And the same goes for life. If you focus on all the small things, stress about them, you will never have time for all the big things, the rocks. So, compliment on how beautiful your wife looks every day. Take her out to dinner more. Take young Stephen out to horse riding more. Quit smoking, finally, both of you. You know, because if you focus on the big things, the rocks in your life, everything else will fall in place. And just before the class was about to clap, he got out a can of beer and he poured it in. And obviously the liquid filled up the very last open spaces, and the jar was really full. So what does the beer represent? It means that no matter how busy, how stressful, how under pressure in life you are, there's always time for a drink. A toast to Michelle and Brian. That's really all for me, and I'll pass you over to the good man himself.